So this bullpen, 8 spots in the bullpen? It's Suarez, Estrada, Adam, Morahone, Matsui, Logan Gillespie, Alec Jacob, and who am I forgetting? Wandy, I think. That's 8. Then the rotation, it's King. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone. King, Cease, Pavetta, Vasquez, and Kyle Hart. The Padres bench, it's Iglesias, Gurriel, Maldonado, and Lockridge. Sheets, I have him as the DH just because I'm trying to get through this roster here. Hayward in left, Tatis in right, Merrill in center, Manny at third, Bogey at short, Crony at second, Arise at first, and then Diaz behind the plate. That's the roster. So overall, it's a team that I think, we'll see. Preller's always working. We'll see when the Padres get Darvish back. Obviously, that is big. Waldron with the oblique. They get those guys back and they can pitch well, then I think Padres fans will be in a much better headspace if you are worried about this team going into the season. And, right now, it's a contending team. And a lot of it's going to come down to the guys at the top of the rotation. Can they perform and put the Padres in a position to win every start or almost every start? The back end guys, 50-50. Can you keep the Padres in the game? And then in some starts, can you be a big reason why the Padres won the game? Like Vasquez was able to do in some of his starts this past year. The lineup, do your job. You're getting paid the big bucks. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Back end of the bullpen, you have a lead, go win that game. Go seal that game. If the Padres, do those things and there aren't a bunch of winnable games that get lost, then they're going to be in a good spot. And they're going to be a postseason team. The health of Arise and Manny, not stated, is going to be huge. Tatis as well. And then Bogey had an injury as well because he was starting to, get into the zone and then he gets hurt with the shoulder. So people can rip on this team and talk about the bench or talk about the bottom of the order or talk about the Bogarts contract and talk about the back of the rotation and the Darvish and Musgrove injury, the Waldron injury. But even with that, there's still talent on this team. And they're a top 10 lineup in baseball still. And they've got a pretty solid top 3 in the rotation. And then there's upside with the other guys. And they've got a pretty nasty back end of that bullpen. There's a lot of teams that would love to have that bullpen. So I'm optimistic going into this year. And am I saying that the Padres are going to go, knock off the Dodgers for the division? I'm not saying that. But I'm a Padres fan that is excited for this season. It's opening day is days away. I cannot wait to be in the building at Petco on Thursday, to have baseball every night back, and to be able to watch some studs that we have play the game that we love. So there you go. Rotation, roster essentially named.